Hello and welcome back to another Craig and Dave Unscripted. So if you remember back to the last episode, we said one thing we were going to start doing, and here we are, is kind of do monthly sort of newsletter videos, just bring you up to speed on some of the new stuff we've got to offer, things that might be appropriate for that type of year. So this is our first one. This is our April newsletter, and the big news, and I imagine we'll be putting this top of our agenda for the next couple of months, is the Craig and Dave Conference. So it's our first ever inaugural Craig and Dave Conference. It's on the 3rd of July at Bronze Grove School. If you haven't signed up yet, please do. It's during game time, so those year 11s will be gone, 13s will be gone, but we truly believe that, you know, you're entitled to professional development. You shouldn't be giving up your weekend, so it's during the school day, well worth going to. We've got, have you got the website there to share, Dave? Oh, brilliant.
I have. There we go.
That's it. All the information you need is at craiganddave.org/conference, including how to get a ticket. We've got a huge list of guest speakers now. There's professional CPD sessions for you to sign up to. You can go to 2. We've got the amazing Miles Berry speaking as a keynote speaker on AI in the morning. As I say, it's shaping up to be a great event. We've already sold half the available tickets, so please don't wait. The tickets are, just to be totally honest and transparent, the tickets are £20 each. That's a holding fee. If you attend the course and sign the register on the day, it's fully refunded to the card which the school paid with. So effectively, it's a completely free event. And Dave there is just scrolling through some of the people we've got talking. So it's shaping up to be a great day, and say nicely being hosted for us by Johnny Palmer and Fran at Bronze Grove School, which is a stunning facility. So I think that's all we have to say there. We'll probably keep mentioning that in the next couple of newsletters, but please, we'd love to see you there, the Craig and Dave Conference. I think next on our newsletter, I'll hand over to Dave, some updates on Smart Revise.
Yeah, we'll do some updates on our products, starting with Smart Revise. Before I get into that, though, Craig, it's probably worth saying this newsletter is a little bit later than we anticipated when we decided we would do monthly newsletters. But why is that?
There we go. Yeah, it's my fault. Yeah, it's the April newsletter, and it's not coming till the very last week of April. It's because I've not been here for all of April. For the last 3 weeks, I've been in Japan. So tick off my bucket list, a holiday of a lifetime. I won't derail this newsletter talking about Japan, but I would really like to do kind of like a bonus one-off unscripted video, because even though I was switching off, and it was a relaxed holiday, don't think about work. You can't get the computer scientist out of your head, can you? And that is a country which has taken technology to the extreme in many areas. And there were some fascinating things I saw and experienced. And I was out there thinking, this is how sad I am. This will make a great unscripted video when I get home. So yeah, I think it'd be really nice if in the coming weeks we could do an unscripted video on some of the technology I saw in Japan, because it was mind blowing. I think it would make a really interesting video, and probably areas of discussion with students as well.
Brilliant. So bringing it back home then to technology that we have to offer.
Yes.
Smart Revise, absolutely. So let's do a little update on Smart Revise. So we're in the process at the moment of updating the Smart Revise website to give students and teachers a better idea of how to use Smart Revise, how to get the most out of it. And so we're populating pages at the moment, and I'm just busy putting little video clips onto those pages to exemplify some of the things that you can do. But that's not the headline feature. The headline feature is that we now have what we're calling task data inclusion. And so what this means is that the data from tasks now affects the quiz terms and advance mode. So what does that really mean? Well, what it means is at the moment, the quiz terms and advance parts of the product are completely independent from tasks. So if you do an end of topic test, for example, that data doesn't feed into your quiz data. Well, it does now. So for example, if I go to the quiz class matrix reports, and this is all fictional data, by the way, then all the data here in your matrix reports is going to automatically get updated from tasks, which is great. You've also got your personal revision reports as well. And these are going to get updated from all the task data as well. So we're now working towards a truly unified product where all the different features talk to each other and they all affect each other. And that's really, really exciting. We were going to hold this back actually until the conference, but we couldn't resist. Once it was available, we were just like, people have been asking for this. We just get it out there. It's available. Why would we hide it?
And it's nice now because it doesn't matter how you use the product, whether it's a lot more student led or whether you as a teacher want to take a lot more control and deliver usage purely via tasks. It doesn't matter. However a student is interacting with the system, however they are answering their questions, all that data is feeding into one generic data set. So you can always see that, that what your students are and where they are in their journey. I know we won't go too much into that now, but it's worth noting that should there be a clash at any point, it's always the latest thing the student did when answering the question. And what I mean by that is, a student can complete a task, but you might take a couple of weeks to mark it. And in the meantime, they engage in their own independent revision. Well, we don't have something that's less recent overriding something that's new. The system is intelligent, it works it out. So it doesn't matter how the student uses the system. When you manage to get around to marking tasks and submitting it, it's always the latest answer a student gave that feeds into that global data set. It's been quite a while getting there. There's a lot of, when you get under the skin, there was a lot for us to unpick, but it's there, and we know a lot of you have been asking for it for a long time. Good for me to move on to the next one, Dave. Or do you have anything else to say?
Before we do, I just want to make sure I remember to say, though, it does rely on the teacher committing the task to the mark book. It doesn't just happen because you've marked work. You do have to actually commit the task to the mark book, and that will trigger the engine to run the routines to update all the other aspects of the product. So please do commit tasks to the mark book for that to happen. And it's also worth mentioning that historical tasks will not affect the data. We didn't want to suddenly have all the reports changing overnight when you've been working towards using them in a particular way. So it only affects tasks from the 19th of April, probably the 20th of April onwards for that particular functionality. Okay, let's move on.
Perfect. So go on, sorry, Dave. No, I was going to say, next one is YouTube. I've got two updates on this. I'll let you lead on the first one, and I'll say a little bit about the AQA A-level series.
Yeah, brilliant. So yes, YouTube. So I'm sure you've seen it by now. We keep talking about it. And so this is really just a reminder that we've got weekly videos coming out on our channel that are not produced by us. They're produced by a very experienced teacher, David Morgan, who's actually also sort of working in the industry as well at the moment, which is great. He's bringing a video every week on a current affair in computer science to our YouTube channel. And in the video description, there are fertile questions that you can use to initiate class discussions. So if you're looking for something for that Friday afternoon where, you've all had enough and you really just want to do something that's productive but isn't too intense, then you can watch the 5-minute video from Dave Morgan on something to do with computer science in the news. They're very light-hearted. They're intended to be a little bit more upbeat and entertaining than our normal videos. And then in the video description, you've got some questions that often there's no right or wrong answer, but they're great for those ethical debates that you can have with the class, and it all prepares them for those ethics questions on the papers that you're going to get. So please do check out our YouTube channel and the playlist, which is David Morgan's Lesson Hacker video series.
Yes, and then dare I say it, because David Morgan's been given complete freedom and doesn't have to deliberately deliver spec point specific theory like we do, his videos may be slightly more interesting to listen to than some of our theory ones. That's a complaint we've had lately. You're too boring. Well, it's theory. So yeah, he definitely has a very engaging style. Let's put it that way. So just very briefly, get on the YouTube channel for our AQA customers. You'll be well aware if you teach A-level that our A-level series is looking incredibly dated compared to all our other videos. I've been hard at work behind the scenes, fully remastering those using new audio, all our new graphics assets and everything. Considerable progress has been made on that. We're just holding fire before we start to release them. So, hands up, it's obviously not going to be there and available for your students who are imminently taking their A-level exams. But, we will start releasing content and it will be ready for your year 12s going into year 13s, or indeed your 11s going into year 12s to September. So a brand new, fully revised AQA A-level remastered series on its way to you. Right, what's our next product, Dave?
So the next is Time to Code. So this is our programming resources, completely free. We've had it out there for a while now, and we have recently finished level 10, which is Turtle. So this brings our scheme completely finished now for all the exam boards to GCSE, and we needed level 10 Turtle for the Pearson edXL 1 CP2 course. So as usual, you can expect 3 learning programs, 6 practice programs, and then some additional fun programs from Mission Encodable too. So thanks to Harry and Anna again at Mission Encodable for working with us to bring level 10 to life. And as we've been saying in the past, the 2 schemes are completely interchangeable. So if you want something that's a little bit more student focused, dare I say, and fun, then you've got Mission Encodable. And if you want something that's a little bit more specification and exam focused, then you've got Time to Code. But level 10 of Time to Code works and is completely compatible with level 10 of Mission Encodable, as are all the other levels. But we're not going to stop there. This is in many ways the beginning of the Time to Code journey, because we're going to be bringing more to our Time to Code platform over the next 12 months. And we are eventually going to be getting this into A-level material as well. So you can look forward to that, including a C# version, which is well underway and will hopefully be released in the coming months. So you can expect a C# version, which is fine for GCSE, for those of you doing AQA GCSE, but it's also great for A-level when you want to transition from Python to another language. So you can expect good things with Time to Code in the coming months.
Perfect. So, I mean, as you all know, we offer sort of 4 main products here at Craig and Dave. We've gone through April updates for Smart Revise, our YouTube channel, and our programming offer by Time to Code. The last one to touch on is a bit of news about our classroom resources. Dave.
Yep. So I thought you might be leading on this one.
Oh, Craig. I can do.
This just shows you how unscripted this is. Yeah. We haven't even decided a running order. Okay, well, I'll start us off and then maybe you can add a little bit more to it then, Craig. So just a reminder, really, for those of you that are Craig and Dave members, that's schools, that is, because this isn't open to students, it's only open to teachers. If you are Craig and Dave members, don't forget you've got access to this thing called Those Little Extras pack, which fills in the gaps for all those other little things that you need to be a teacher. And one of those things that you might need to be a teacher at this time of the year, Craig, would be...
Oh, God. Transition packs.
And
taster lessons. That's it. that's how unscripted we are. And this was my concept, the Loads of Extras pack. Yeah, it's one that often gets forgotten, by the way, but it gets an awful lot of praise because, as Dave said, it's all very well giving you starters and plenaries and activities and lessons, but there's all those other things as a teacher that you constantly get asked for. Oh, have you got a presentation on internet safety for year 7s? Have you got summer holiday transition work? Have you got revision material? Well, we've got you covered in this pack. It's all there in the bullet points. But yeah, so it's just at this type of year, as Dave said, where we're like, well, have you got any stuff ready for a taster lesson for people entering year 11 or people entering sixth form, enter the GCSEs? Yes, we do. We have you covered. 4 sets of resources. And then obviously I wasn't quite on Dave's thought, so I said transition packs, but obviously later on in term 5 and 6, or have you got any transition work to give the year 11s over the summer holiday, which they can get into? Because students shouldn't rest, should they? You should have transition work. Yes, we have you covered for that as well, along with a plethora of other bits and pieces, all say completely free for you to use over at craiganddave.org if you're one of our premium subscriber schools. Did I miss anything there, Dave?
No, you didn't. So the taster lessons are a members only resource. The transition packs, though, are completely free for everybody. So there you go. It's amazing, actually, Craig. I don't really want to go off on one here, but we actually give more away for free than we sell. We are trying desperately to give as much away for free to schools as we can. We know budgets are tight, but obviously in order to have time to create all these resources, we've got to keep our own lights on as well, which is why we do charge for Smart Revise and we do charge for some of our premium classroom resources, but it's not the majority of what we produce.
No, as I said, the entire Time to Code program I feel 100% completely free. Obviously, the YouTube channel, which covers spec point theory for all our courses, obviously completely free and ad-free as well, I should point out. And an increasing number of our class resources in terms of units of work are also free. But we do have to charge for some stuff, otherwise we'll cease to exist. Got to feed the family. Anything else, Dave? Any other last sort of bits of news to tie up? Because I feel like that's mainly our April newsletter, but else?
Well, while you were in Japan, while the cat's away, the mice will play, as it were. I had a great opportunity to join Alan Harrison on his podcast. So if you're not already, if you're a teacher, because it's really for teachers, if you're a teacher and you're not already listening to Alan Harrison's podcast, I highly recommend this. It's entertaining, it's very informative. And Alan's got a lovely presentation style. So pod.httcs.online. So that might sound like a little bit of an odd set of letters, but it's how to teach computer science. So pod.howtoteachcomputerscience, httcs.online will take you to the index page. Here we are. And I had the honor of joining Alan on his latest episode where we talked about abstraction and algorithms. Again, completely unscripted. We just did this in one take, talked for an hour about algorithms and abstraction and how I would go about teaching abstraction and algorithms. And it was really, really great. And Alan is so warming to listen to. So teachers of computer science, really encourage you to listen to this. Absolutely. Not just my episode, by the way, all the episodes. It's absolutely fantastic. So, so there we go. In fact, we love it so much. I hadn't planned to do this actually, Craig, but we love it so much that if you go to our Craig and Dave website and in our search bar, you just type Alan, you will actually get a link to his podcast there. So there we go. We love it so much. We're more than happy to.
If you go back to that first tab you're on as well.
Back to the first tab I was on. Yeah,
that's it. And back to the home page, please. Dave's like, where's he going? And click on the conference.
Click on the conference. That's
it. Find out more.
Yeah.
And it'll be under our speakers because I believe Alan's one of our speakers as well.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Talks. There you go. Yeah. So I mentioned earlier, if you come to the conference, there are 2 CPD sessions and Dave's just scrolling through now. So Alan's also delivering a session as well. Something I would go to. I've listened to Alan speak before. Unfortunately, David and I are delivering our own session. There you go. Powerful knowledge in computer science. So he's offering an AM and PM session there if you come along and want to hear him speak. And the reason I was leaning off camera just now was just to plug Dave. I mean, I'm not surprised, Dave, that you were speaking on his episode about algorithms, because just in case you weren't aware, Dave's written a book.
I know how thick it is. It took me ages to write that.
Yeah, there you go. Dave's written a book on algorithms, which if you haven't seen it, absolutely fantastic. Algorithms and data structures covers everything you need to know for GCSE and A-level, the various exam boards. And incidentally, if you are a premium member, the School of Craig and Dave, you get a free site-wide license of this in PDF format. Otherwise, it's available on Amazon. Right, okay. That's all the plugging of our friends and family down. But yeah, that's our April newsletter. Hopefully a few updates on some things we've been up to this month, things that are coming up in the future. We plan to do these, say, once a month. They shouldn't be as late in the month as normal, but don't expect the next one in a week's time, the start of May, because I've not a lot to tell you, but we'll bring it forward a bit more and we'll get these newsletters once a month. Any finishing comments or words from you, Dave? Are we all done there?
I think we're all done there. I think you summed it up rather nicely.
Marvelous. All right then. Well, until next time, or until our episode, or my episode on technology in Japan, it's goodbye from us for now. Take care. Bye bye.